Hello everyone, this is Nessun Foreign. Today we're going to be looking at some of my flights, mistakes, failures, and generally good things that happened during my flights over the past week, I think. About every couple weeks I delete all of the footage from my hard drive, or all of my flight records, and start anew. So I'm going to do that, but first I'm going through some of the good ones that I found. That I haven't already made videos on, of course. So right here I'm flying a JU-88 over to the factory, which is straight ahead up there. And my plan is to do one pass and then get out. So we're going to dive bomb from altitude from about 2 kilometers, and then with the speed that we've gained from that, we're going to egress the target rather quickly. So as you can see, the AA is distracted, so I use that as my cue to start rolling in. And hopefully any enemy fighters that are in the area will go for the guy who's getting lit up by AAA and not me. So I quickly pickle off all 6 of my bombs, about an altitude of 500 meters, I would say, and they're fairly accurate. Not perfectly accurate, but it's enough. It's enough that I get a few buildings and a few trucks, and at this point, my main concern is getting out of the target. So as you can see, I'm running my engines at full power and full RPMs, and I'm actually descending because altitude means nothing right now. It's all about maintaining as much energy as you can and making it as hard for an attacking fighter to hit you as possible, which is going close to the ground. Because at this speed, they're going to have to dive on me, or they're probably going to dive on me. So if I'm near the ground, it'll make it a lot harder for them to hit me without slamming into the ground. It also increases their chance of overshooting, and it does a bunch of good stuff. So right now I'm just cruising along, and I was able to survive that run and land safely at base. So that was one of the successes. And as you can see, there was a whole dogfight there. Actually picked up a tail for a while there, but managed to evade him. So yeah, that was a successful run. Let's go on to the next one. So this was a mission that happened on the Wings of Victory server a few hours after that JU-88 run that I did. And this is an IL-2 run on a transport column. Yeah, it's not really war IL-2, so it's a Mod 43, but it doesn't have a gunner seat because that was locked. So it's kind of just me here. And I have 8 rockets and 6 bombs. And I have the cannons, of course, the 23mm cannons, which are really quite effective against trucks if you get hits. And I feel like they might have nerfed some of the ground strafing ability for lower caliber guns. Because I've been having trouble getting hits in the trucks, destroying trucks in 51s and 47s with their guns. The only thing I've found that I can consistently destroy with the 50s is high caliber AAA guns and high caliber high caliber howitzers and artillery pieces and the like. So right here, that was something I found amazing. I thought I was dead there. I flew right through 2 trees. Yeah, it was insanity. Somehow my wings didn't get clipped off. But anyway, I'm taking AAA shots, and I don't know where from. I finally see this AAA position, but it's too late, and I kind of panic fired 2 rockets and dropped a bomb. None of them hit anything, of course, because, didn't really aim them that well. And I go up a little bit too high and start taking some more hits from AAA. So at this point, my wings are fairly heavily damaged. I don't have any engine damage, but it's kind of hard for me to fly this thing with all the holes in it. So my plan is I'll do one more run on the transport column, and then I'm getting out. So I go in, and probably should have shouldn't have made my approach so low in the trees, but, just kind of panicked. And, yeah, I just let my eggs off directly over the convoy, and then I start to panic fire some of my rockets and nothing. One of them actually hits a tank, but unfortunately it wasn't armor-piercing. And then, to top it all off, I hit a tree and knocked some of my flaps off. Battle 2 definitely is one of the tougher planes there is, though, and it takes all of this damage without even blinking, and still able to fly home and make it back safely. So now that we've gotten the successes out of the way, it's time to showcase some of my failures. So this map is on Combat Box, and the mission is a bridge too far. And I'm flying a 51, and I'm doing some ground attack. What I don't realize is how bad the winds are. So I launch off a bunch of rockets and directly at that train, and only one of them hits. I also don't realize that there's such thing as compressibility in the 51, and I wind up blowing myself up. So, when you fly the 51, don't dive it from altitude. It's a bad idea. You'll just get far too fast and then destroy your airframe. So, this is me flying a 38 altitude. I was going to Cologne Marshalling Yards, and this was on the next map after a bridge too far. This is the Rhineland campaign, February 1945. But I see 1109 directly over the target. And I still keep my bombs, which is a mistake. If I had let them go here, I would have had a real chance of being able to gain some speed and sneak up on this guy. But I didn't. I kept them on. I fired off some shots way too early when I didn't really have a chance of hitting them. So at this point, I get my bombs off and I power up my engines a little bit more. Now the fight's on. What I don't know is that this guy has a button. I'm also in a position of disadvantage. I'm over his territory. I'm getting attacked by AAA. So right now we do a head-on, in which he gets a few shots into me, and I don't get any into him. So, right off the bat, I have engine damage, fuel leak, and also some aerodynamic damage. So, we come back around, and I make the mistake of doing another head-on with him, in which, again, he gets some hits into me, but I don't really get too many hits into him. So, just coming around here, and trying to turn this into a bit of a turn fight, which is where the 38 really strives, really is good at. It's pretty much midnight when I'm recording this. So, just put out some 50s onto him. I don't see the guy behind me. I'm actually able to get one hit into his engine, which fries it. So now I've considered this guy out of the fight. At least I hope he is. Don't realize that by flipping around, I give the other guy, or I give this guy a chance to attack. So now I'm just trying to go evasive. 38's a big target. It's hard to go evasive. And by the time all the time I wasted doing that, I just catch my plane on fire and it goes down. So, yeah, kind of overcommitted there, and I lost my aircraft because of it. So, this is me flying British P-47 down to hit Jewel. Same map, same target. So I'm climbing up here. Plan is the dive bomb from medium altitude. Actually, pretty low altitude for dive bomb, especially in a P-38. But that's besides the point. You can see that beautiful, beautiful fuselage that it has. And that engine just purring along. It's such a cool aircraft. But anyway, started diving. Kind of more level bomb / fast bombing now that I look back on it, but sure felt like a dive bomb to me. It's very shallow angle though. It's only about 20 degrees that we went down. And I thought that would be enough, but I got a little bit too target fixated here, and the AAA hits certainly didn't help. Made it hard for me to pull out, and I hit one of those bunkers, and my plane exploded. That was very satisfying to watch load in. Anyway, this is a P-38 flight that I did going back to Jewel Ridge, and on this mission I decided to try and bomb some of these tanks. So, dropped 3 bombs on the first pass. And again, this mission was very windy for some reason. So, I don't know why. But anyway, my plane goes up high, and I decided to go back for those tanks. Bad idea, because they're very hard to hit and not necessarily critical to knocking out this target, but in any case, I decided to go for it. Dropped all 3 bombs. Unfortunately, all 3 of them missed. Total laugh. What direction? I don't know. So, I start taking AAA, and I decide to extend out away from that target. So, right now, I think would be a good time to promote some of my, something I'm trying to get started, which is, I don't know the name of what I want to call it yet. I'm thinking about calling it IL2 Mistakes and Improvements or something. Something where you guys can send me one of these flight records, and I can watch it and go over where you messed up or what you did good and all that stuff to help you guys perform and do a little bit better inside of IL2. So, anyway, on this, decided to come back and try and strafe something to AAA, so that way when I came back it was a little bit easier. I'm able to blow that first one up quite nicely. And with that I started extending away and looking for more AAA to hit. So I come up and I see this one, I decide to go in and strafe it. It's quite dangerous to do this. It's much better to have somebody else distract the AAA while you yourself go and strafe it. But this is what we had. You can see there's craters that my bombs left. Missed those tanks. So yeah, that was a thing. And I come back around on this Fast Iron AAA. I have trouble seeing it at first, actually, but once I see it, it's just game over for this guy. Actually, no, I miss him, so I have to come back around, and I decided to make my second approach a bit lower angle. It's kind of hard to hit stuff at such a high angle when you're strafing. You have to worry about the ground, all that. It's a whole thing. So, second time's the charm on this one, though. And I'm able to take him out quite effectively with that 20 mil. A few more rounds in just to make sure. And after that, I put some rounds out on that big one, and it explodes. But unfortunately, I overcommitted, and I wound up crashing into the ground. But luckily, my pilot survived and was able to make it back the friendly line somehow. So didn't ruin my pilot streak. So anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. You can actually see that this one was something that I had uploaded. I should hopefully upload this one before I upload this video I'm working on now. But in this one, my Spitfire collides with a P-38 and loses part of its wing. It's actually amazing how good the IL-2 damage model is because, well, it isn't in this case because he kind of, my wing is ripped off, and his tail section, which is what hit my wing, is fine, but my wing rips off, and I'm still able to keep it flying for about 5 minutes. What actually ends this flight is the server restarting, not my aircraft going down, which is really interesting. And is a testament to how good the Spitfire really is. But anyway, if you guys want to participate in that new series I'm trying to start, my Discord link's down below. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and see y'all later.